Hey guys, it's Nina. I am back today with another video. Today, I'd like to share with you my newest addition to my Lug Puddle Jumper collection. And this is the bag in question. And this is one of the latest prints or patterns that are available in this bag. And it's called Aloha Navy. Amy and her husband, Jason, they came up with this brand Lug because they had a long distance romance, across two different countries. I think he's from the US, she's from Canada, and they couldn't find, good travel bags as they were going back and forth, visiting each other. And so they decided to come up with their own line. Sounds very familiar, very similar to the Vera Bradley story. In any case, last time they went to Hawaii, I think she was inspired by the hibiscus flowers there, and that's how she came up with this print called, the first one, original one, was called Aloha Navy, which I'll show you in a minute. But this is the latest one, and it is called Aloha Sand. So it is the bright, beautiful pink hibiscus flowers against a cream background with some green, kind of sage green foliage. Really, really pretty. And I don't know, it makes me happy just looking at it. And I love the light color, for the summertime. So the Lug Puddle Jumper, and you guys probably know Puddle Jumper is usually a small plane. It's kind of their flagship bag that was used for overnight travel, weekend travel, that's weekend getaway, that sort of bag. And it has some really good organizational features, which I absolutely love about it. I think it is a fabulous bag for either travel, for, a college student or high school student, any classroom type, although these days no one's going to the classroom. But if when we get back to that, I think this would make a great book bag. It basically has two carry options. It's got the long shoulder straps that you can put over the shoulder, or it also has a crossbody strap that comes with it, and it's quite adjustable. Adjust to any length that you would like. You can use this to carry it over the shoulder if you'd like, or you can just use this for the crossbody. I typically, sometimes running through the airports, I do occasionally use the crossbody strap, but I think on average, I normally just use the shoulder straps, and they're quite comfortable, very well padded right there. If you can see both straps, there's like a padded midsection, and it's got this grippy material, so it stays put on your shoulder, even if you're wearing, like, if you had a puffy jacket that had like that slippery nylon material, you won't have a problem with this falling off your shoulder straps. So they've thought of everything, which is one of the reasons why I love Lug, just like I like Vera, because they've pretty much thought of everything. So let's get right into the features of the bag. So the front big pocket at the bottom opens up nice and wide. It does have its own gusset, so you can fit, stuff in there without taking up any space in the main compartment. There is a soft-lined pocket here that you could use for, eyeglasses, sunglasses, readers, anything like that. Nothing too big because it's not a huge pocket, but I think it would work for like your glasses. And then there's a nice big compartment right there. The original Puddle Jumper actually came with a Clearview package or pouch that came in here. You guys have seen that in some of my other videos. But the newer ones don't come with that bonus. But this one came with a different bonus. So I'll show you that shortly. It's got the two smaller, I think these are kind of like the standard Puddle Jumper pockets that everybody's familiar with. Small pockets in the front of the bag to help you with, things that you need quick access to. When I am traveling, I typically use one for hand sanitizer, lip gloss, any sort of small thing that I need to get my hands on quickly, mints, things like that. The other one I use for chargers, cords, any sort of small cords. It probably, if you have a big bulky like laptop cord, then that might not be the best use for that. When I used to have a big bulky one, I would just put it in the side cargo pocket right there. Or you can use those side cargo pockets for the biggest water bottles. Any of those tumblers, like a Yeti or anything like that, you can fit in there. It also works well for carrying an umbrella. Then there is a front slip pocket, has a nice strong magnetic closure, and basically I use that to put things like paperwork, reading material for school, magazines, anything I want to, be pulling out while this fits, by the way, under the seat in front of you on a plane. So I use this bag to just, quickly put some reading material and stuff that I want to get access to, like maybe my iPad, I might stick it down in here. Then there's the signature cell phone pocket, again with magnetic closure. Let's get into the bag. Nice and roomy. Like I said, I could actually use this. I have used this. Let me rephrase that. I have used this on a 2 to 3 day business trip. And that's because I have on my travel clothes for day one. I pack 2 business outfits in there. I'm a very light packer, so I typically, my travel clothes are lightweight. I usually don't carry anything big and bulky. If I have a jacket, I'm usually wearing that. So I don't need to put that in here. I can fit my trolley right at the bottom of this bag, and I'll show you one of those in a minute. So this actually works perfectly if you're going on a very short business trip, if you are a light packer. If you are someone who likes to carry a bunch of options, then of course this won't work for you. This could just work as your additional personal item on the airplane, and you still would have to carry like a rolling luggage or something else. Or the new Ranger Wheelie, that would work. That and this would be a perfect combo. Any case, the interior fabric is this foulard print. It looks like I don't know if it's coming across nicely, but it's like a chartreuse type color. Very pretty, like a celery green. And then, like I said, very roomy interior, fits quite a bit. The back side of the bag is another zipper compartment. Oops. So right there, I usually like to carry like my wallet in this area. I don't know if any of this is RFID protected. Let's see. No, I don't see any RFID tags. But anyways, I usually keep my wallet in here because it's kind of private, close to my body, so not easily accessible, when you're in the airport. And then there is a trolley sleeve right there with the Velcro closure. Then another very key functional item or feature that's in many of the Lug travel bags is this shoe compartment. So it's mesh, so very ventilated. You can put a pair of shoes in there. You can also use this to put, like if you were vacationing, you can just throw your wet like bathing suit, or if you're using this as a baby bag, you can put the dirty baby things in this compartment until you get home. Many uses for this compartment. I absolutely love it. And usually when I'm running through the airport, I will have a pair of sneakers in mine because I'm typically traveling, or I'm at customer sites or something, and I have dress shoes, high heels on, and my feet get tired, and if you've been running through airports a lot, you need to wear sneakers. So I will either have my Crocs in here or my sneakers in here as my backup flats, basically. So that's pretty much the entire bag. Now let's get into the bonus item that came with this, and it's called the Lug Puddle Jumper Packable. And this actually came with it. It's got a little carabiner right there. You can actually attach that to this D-ring that's inside the bag, or you can just attach your keys to this. So what this is it's a separate packable bag. Let me see if I can get this open. It unzips, and you basically it folds into itself. So you unfold it, and I'm sure you guys have seen this type of bag by now, but basically it is a full-size puddle jumper in a very lightweight nylon material. I've used this to bring back home my dirty laundry. I've used it, you know, a quick run to the market. It's a great little bag, actually. You could just, you know, this is a great tote just to run out if you want to just run out to, if you're shopping or something like that. It's a great bag you can throw stuff in. It's basically the same configuration as the puddle jumper. Only difference is it's got the 3 pockets, but not the cargo on the side, nor does it have the zip in the front. But very, very usable. And they do sell these, you know, separately. So you can buy the packable bags separately. But this one, it was a great deal because you got it along with your full-size puddle jumper. So the reason why I love the puddle jumper is because it's quite functional. As you can see, it's got a lot of organizational features, and I think it can be used for multiple different situations. I think I mentioned you can use it as a school bag, you can use it as a travel bag, you can use it, I don't know. There's just many ways that you can use this bag, and that's kind of the justification that I have given myself as to why I, you know, keep buying them. I use them for different purposes. And they are, I mean, honestly, like for instance, nowadays with all that's going on, if you are a nurse or a first responder, this would be a perfect bag for that use. You know, nurses, they typically carry like a backpack or a tote with all their gear in it. This would be a perfect bag to use as your work bag. It would also work very well as a first responder, instead of, you know, your typical kind of gray kind of bags that they would have, you could keep this in your car packed up with all your, you know, first aid type essentials, as well as, you know, things like an extra blanket. You can have, you know, flashlights in here, any sort of tools that you might use as a first responder. I think this would be a perfect bag for that, just to give you a little bit of brightness. And it also comes in solids too, by the way. So it's, you don't have to do the print if you're not into prints. Okay, so with that, let's look at my second. Actually, the very first puddle jumper I ever bought was when Lug first came to QVC, and I think it was back in either 2015 or 2016. The first one I bought was this bright pink one in the color rose, and it was like a reddish pink kind of color, not really your raspberry, you know, type fuchsia. It was more like a reddish pink. In any case, I've had that one the longest, and it had the most use, and it was a little bit on the dirty side right now. So I'm not going to show you that one, but so that's one of the very first ones and it's still going strong. I mean, barely anywhere in tear on the bag, just some dirt, you know, just from carrying it around, and it's a pink color. So, but I have put it in the washing machine on the gentle cycle. So I don't know if Lug will tell you to do that or that it's doable, but I have done it and my bag is perfect. It didn't rip anything. Nothing got damaged. The dirt came out, and you can just spot clean these as well because it's a, you know, very water resistant type nylon material. So it really is quite sturdy, durable, and pretty at the same time. So this one is called Aloha Navy. And this one came out first. I can't remember now. Did I mention that she was inspired, Amy Richter was inspired by a Hawaiian vacation? And the hibiscus leaves were so beautiful that she decided to make a bag print out of it. And that's how this came about. I personally love it because the hibiscus flower is also the national flower of South Korea. It's probably a very small, not well-known fact. But only reason I know this is because my mom is Korean. So the navy is coming across very nice. And I love that, you know, bit of sheen coming off that fabric and the beautiful quilting. It's a really pretty bag. But the same exact configuration is what I just showed you in the Puddle Jumper SC. So this one has an interior that is sort of that coral, you know, rich coral, like a more vibrant coral than the hibiscus flowers in the front, but a very pretty color and nice and bright. I use this bag. So the logic I used for purchasing this one was that I'm going to use it for carrying around or housing, organizing all of my planner products. So I've got all my planner stuff, different planner, small, medium planners. I've got a notebook in here. I've got planner stickers, all of the planner supplies that I need, as well as some loose leaf paper and my very big planner. So that all fits in there. And I think all my washi tape and stuff, I don't know where, that's somewhere else. I don't think it's in here. But I've got, sticky notes. I've got a pen case with all sorts of markers and different colored pens. I've got a calculator in here, although this is a serious calculator. Not really planner material. I'm not sure why that's in there. But in any case, so that's why I bought this bag, to use as my planner bag. So if I go anywhere with my planner stuff, like to my mom's house or something, I can carry all my stuff, or I can just keep it well organized in my house. And then the one that I use for travel mostly is this one, and this is called Camo Orchid. So it is a camo color with pops of orchid pink. And as you guys know, I love pink, and so this is right up my alley because I love camo, plus I love pink. So I have a lot of Lug things in this particular pattern. But the same exact bag. This is the one that I've used mostly for travel, for short trips, and then also as my carry-on. Right now, I don't think it's much in here. This one has the bright pink orchid lining with, I think those are called the small clover leaf design. But pretty much the same exact bag. So Camo Orchid is that one. And then I have, for the days when I'm traveling and, that bright camo that really sticks out, which I love, by the way. I'm okay with it. I have definitely done business trips with that camo pink bag. However, if I'm in a situation where I have to go see a client or something and I'm traveling and I won't have time to go put my bag down somewhere, then I will use something a little bit more subtle, like this color. It's called Walnut, and this is in the kind of the original style of Puddle jumper. As you can see, the quilting there is different. So if you look at the camo one, the quilting is sort of this basket weave quilting, which actually I think I like better. But this one is more like a box quilting, almost like a down comforter type. But I still like it, and the color is really nice. It's called Walnut. And this is the original one. As a matter of fact, this original one, it's not in here because I'm using it currently in a different bag. But this came with, so this is the original configuration of the original Puddle jumper pocket. So it came with the clear zip pocket that, came right in here. There is the single soft line pocket for your glasses. And it also came with a little removable mirror. So that's the only difference between basically the old one and the new one. The size and everything else is pretty much the same. Configuration is pretty much the same. Just the quilting is different, and then, what comes inside or doesn't come inside might be different. So there it is. It has the same shoe compartment in the back. That's the color Walnut. Okay. So very lastly but not least, I have the Puddle Jumper Wheelie. So this is your carry-on luggage. And please forgive me because I cannot for the life of me remember the name of this pattern. I think it's like something sunset. It basically reminds me of, sunset in Los Angeles. That's what this looks like. The palm trees, or maybe even the sunset in Hawaii. I don't know. She might have gotten this from that trip as well. But it's got some beautiful colors. It's got a nice, range of pinks and orange. It really does look like the color of the sky when the sun is setting. Really pretty. So this is what I last used I used this for a 4-day trip, business trip to Las Vegas back in February, before all of this COVID stuff locked us down. But essentially it's got the same type of configuration. Oh, I have a lotion in there. But it's got the mirror, it's got the pocket, a little bit bigger obviously than the puddle jumper, but same idea. It's got the 2 puddle jumper, front pockets. Hey, what's that? Oh, my Downy spray. Wrinkle releaser. Yeah, this is great for when you're traveling and you gotta... I don't usually pack stuff that wrinkles anyway. I have learned over the years how to pack or buy clothes that are travel friendly. So I don't really, I don't pack a lot of, wrinkly type things, but that's just in case. And then same thing on the other side. Let's see, how do I open this? Okay. And then it's got that same cell phone pocket. The only thing it doesn't have, it actually has a bigger version of it, is that slip pocket where I put reading materials. Well, it's behind everything. So there it is. The interior is this beautiful chevron print. And then, let's see. Can I unzip this for you? So this fits quite a bit. I mean, you could travel for a while with this bag. So pretty roomy interior. It's got 2 cargo pockets right in the front. Although I don't really find those very useful because you have to be able to pack this bag correctly. There's a way to pack this bag so that it's not too front heavy and causes the bag to tip. So you've got to pack your heavy stuff towards the back and the bottom. I usually put my trolley, which is a toiletry makeup case, in the same matching pattern. I house that. It fits perfectly right there at the bottom, and then I just pack all my other stuff, at the top of the bag. Nice, smooth, big zippers. I love Lug zippers. It's got the carry handle at the top, also with the rubber grip, as well as your trolley extendable handle. And then that can zipper away too if you need it to. So yeah, it's a great bag. I have carried this on most domestic airlines. The only place that I did have trouble with this bag is in the airports in New York. I can't remember if it was LaGuardia or JFK, but one of them made me check this bag when I went to go get into the plane. The funny thing is, when I flew to New York from DC area, I had no problem. I actually carried this onto the plane. It fits perfectly in the overhead compartment, no problem, as long as you're not in one of those tiny, tiny planes. And I think even the smallest planes, there's one side, I want to say it is like if you're looking down the aisle of the airplane when you get in, the side on your left is bigger than the side on your right. So on one side, the bigger, carry-on bags will fit. It is not compliant for international flights at all. It's too big. But if you're traveling domestically, for the most part, carry-on is not a problem with this bag. Plus, it's a squishy bag. So, I mean, like I said, I don't usually have this packed to the brim. I'm a very light packer. I pre-plan everything, and I don't really take, many options. Like, I don't take options for, different changes of clothing and things like that. So I pack pretty light. If you're like that, then you won't have an issue carrying this onto the plane. It's got nice cargo pockets on the side. You can store additional things, but it's really pretty. Plus, you can't lose your bag, right? I mean, you can see this from a mile away. So it's not going to get mixed up with other people's bags. And even if you did check it, it's hard for someone to mistake this as their bag unless... I have yet to see somebody with this bag at the airport. I know other people have them, but I've yet to run into anybody. But it could happen. So if that does happen, I just put my business card on this back pocket. So even if you did somehow lose it, at least they'll realize it's not theirs. So there you have it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry that it was a little bit longer than usual. I ask you to give me a thumbs up if you like this Lug content. And also, if you like the content, please subscribe to my channel and refer me to your friends. I will talk to you guys later. Hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.